and welcome back to the Crown Sessions, where passion, knowledge, and development thrive. Today, we are going to do part 2 of our budget series. We're going to go ahead today and walk through an actual budget template that I have linked below. You're going to be able to go ahead and click down below and access our landing page for the Crown Sessions, and you can download the budget template if you want to for a small fee. So let's go ahead and get started and walk you through our budget. Here is our life budgeting template. I'm so excited to be sharing this with you guys. So we're going to be able to go through and organize our expenses by paycheck. Now, the reason why I do it this way is because sometimes when you're looking at a monthly view of your expenses, it's really hard to quantify which things get paid when. So organizing each thing by paycheck will allow you to see what gets paid with that paycheck and where all of that money goes systematically every 2 weeks. This template is going to be able to give you those options. Now you'll see down here at the bottom, you do have your 2020 budget, your 2021 savings, and your payoff template. Those are the sections that you guys are going to be able to fill in. What I'm working from right now is giving you these 3 examples, which will also come in the template. So you can refer back to it when you need help entering in your information. So the first thing you're going to do is start up here with your main bills. Now, I put in a few different examples in here. This is just a kind of make-believe scenario. So first thing you see here, I put in water. So this is the water bill. As you guys go into category, you're going to be able to pick from a drop down on all the different categories that there are, as well as you'll see if it's auto pay or no. Now, the reason why this is important is once you've now organized out your template, like I have it here, you'll be able to go in and focus on the ones that say no, because those are the ones that you physically have to go and pay through your app, or if you have to go to a physical location, that's perfectly okay, because the auto pays are going to come out naturally. Now, here is a small blurb on that. Please make sure, regardless if you have auto pay on it or not, you are validating your bills, making sure that everything is accurate, because a lot of people who tend to put things on auto pay sometimes are not paying attention to if a bill might change, the amount might have changed. So please make sure that you audit your bills to make sure that everything is valid and up to par. So you're going to go in and put in all of your bills. You're going to see I marked this one as your October 2nd paycheck. So this was a paycheck that comes October 23rd. In the scenario I'm using, I'm doing it every 2-week paycheck cycle. So you'll see that October 23rd is the 2nd paycheck of that month. Then you're going into November, and the 6th is when I get my first paycheck of November, and the 20th is when I get my 2nd paycheck of November, because I'm going every 2 weeks. So anything that comes up due after the 23rd is what I pay with this paycheck. So you see all of these are due after the 23rd, but before the 6th, right? So that's why you see a rent check here on the 1st. That needs to get paid because I will not get paid until the 6th here. One other thing to note is this will help you see where you're heavy in the month. So I like to make sure that you even out your expenses as much as you possibly can. So you can go ahead and call the institutions and change the days which your things are due to give yourself a little bit more balance. So if you notice, in each paycheck, it's about the same, right? I'm gonna have about $1,500 with everything in it, and it's gonna be even, right? Because if I had 3 or 4 more things over here, I'm gonna be too heavy in one paycheck versus the other, okay? So you're gonna go ahead and fill all these things in. As you're adding things in, it's going to automatically total for you. So I can put in as many things as I want to in here, and it's going to continue to calculate down at the bottom. Now, you're gonna go down here to the expense portion. So you're gonna go to entertainment is the first thing that I put in here. And this can be anything. It could be movies, going out to, a football game or something like that. I put over here dinner with the girls at the beginning of the month because I, plan out my events and stuff too. So you make sure that you allocate those things into your budget as well. Your second item here under expenses is household expenses. So I put an example in here for Target. So if I want to go in there and I want to buy some dish soap, maybe some tissues, some toilet paper, things like that. But you'll notice at the beginning of the month, I put a little bit more in there just because you might be running out of things like shampoo, things like that, toiletries. Those are your basic household kind of expenses. Then third thing you see here under expenses is beauty expenses. So you might notice at the end of the month, I didn't allocate anything in there, but at the beginning of the month, I have more in there. So I use that for, hair appointments, nail appointments, haircuts people go and do, hair dye, whatever that is, you budget that out. Now I separated gasoline and groceries out. And you'll notice that when I mentioned entertainment, I strongly believe that going to dinner out falls under entertainment. That does not get incorporated in with groceries to me. That is completely separate. So gasoline, as you know, this is bi-weekly, so I put in $80, so that means $40 a week for gas. And for groceries, I put in $70 a week for groceries. Now, this is only an example. Of course, every family is different. Everybody uses anything that they want. Some people use more for groceries, some people use less. It's totally up to you. But this is just an example for you guys. Now, also, a few things you want to put in. Savings. How much money are you putting into your savings? How much money are you putting into paying off something major, like a credit card or a student loan or maybe an auto loan or something like that? So you'll notice that I don't have anything allocated here. But at my first paycheck in November, I do have something allocated in the payoff. So I put in payoff DOE. So that's here, Department of Education. So my student loan here, right? So I'm going to go ahead and allocate $200 to paying off. Now, in this video, which is part 2 in the series on life budgeting, we're not going to go into too much detail on the savings and the payoff, but we're going to go into that in part 3. So that's why I'm not digging deep into that. So you notice last thing here you see is fund money. Now, fund money is after everything has been paid, all the savings, all the payoffs, everything, you get paid. So this is just fund money for you. So in this scenario, out of this paycheck, it's $72 here and it's about $60 here. That's for you to go do whatever you want with. Do you want to go and buy you a pair of shoes, an outfit, whatever you want to do, that is your fund money. My recommendation here for fund money is you have a separate checking account that you can use for that, or you use the cash system. So this will help limit you on the amount of swipes that you're doing, and you're not necessarily paying attention when you're swiping, right? So you can go ahead and go to the bank, pull that out each paycheck, so you know exactly where your fund money is. Use it in cash, it's easier, or put it in a separate little account that you can go ahead and swipe with if you're not a cash person. But this is what my recommendation is. Now, I also wanted to show you one more thing. As you're going through, you notice once you've finished kind of a full month of your expenses, you're gonna just start repeating, right? So you don't need to start typing every single thing in. So basically, if I'm gonna go in here to my November paycheck that's on the 20th, I'm gonna pull in anything that comes in after the 20th, but before December 4th, which will be my next paycheck, right? So that's gonna be all this. You can go ahead and copy it. And then right over here, you can paste it in to make it very simple. Just make sure that you're still falling in line with your due dates, because paying anything past the due date is never a good thing. And then you can go ahead and allocate whatever you want in these expenses. Like I said, I pretty much keep gasoline and groceries the same. That is really important to kind of maintain a budget. But there might be instances where you might be having a barbecue that weekend and you're the person hosting the party. So maybe you're going to allocate some more money to groceries, or you're going to allocate that into entertainment. So that is going to be how you organize your budget with this template. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop here, because in part 3, we're going to go into payoff and savings. All right, so I hope that was super helpful for you to walk through that actual budget. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys some quick homework. Download the budget template and go ahead and start filling in your budget so you can start understanding where your money's going and how balanced your budget is. I really do challenge you guys to start taking account of your own personal life budget, and I know you guys are going to kill it. So we're going to have a third part for this series, and we're going to go into savings and how to pay off. So stay tuned for the next video upload. Please make sure you go ahead and like if you like this content, and subscribe to our channel. I don't know why you haven't yet. And of course, hit that bell notification so you know once we post the next part of our series. Now, lastly, I want to hear if this was helpful for you. Please go ahead and comment down below. And remember, self-care starts with you. If you nourish it, I promise you, you will flourish. I will see you next time.